but I don't anymore. I lease that.
Exactly right. That is what my research uncovered as well, Vino, that you used to operate it and now you've got a tenant in there. Here, let me explain what I do. I've been doing this for about 21 years. I'm always looking for laundries like this. My partner and I go by, we walk in, it's open to the public, right? We do some laundry, we see what we can see. Older equipment, kind of poor procedures. I don't paint the color of the walls blue or pink. Just, we do things a little different with my locations. I'm not a broker. I'm not a flipper. I don't, try to turn around and sublease my laundromats. I just
So,
want to run better
well,
laundromats.
uh, if you want, I think he's on put him on the sale,
I know.
the
I know.
laundromat.
Yeah. And
So I know,
look,
I know. I think you called me before.
I don't have this number. I left you a message. I know that. But we'll talk for 2 minutes and we'll understand each other, right? I don't want to buy it. I could buy laundromats all day, every day. I could find them, buy them from people, but why would I give him X amount of money? You could buy it from him too.
Well, I'll tell you that right now. I cannot give you that because right now I'm under that I'm in the lease with him.
Right. No, I
Several
understand.
years.
I understand. And
Yeah,
look,
but if you want, then I can talk. You can talk to him.
Mhm.
If you want a lease from me, I don't mind. Then I can talk to you.
Sure. Well, no, we're not talking about your tenant. We're not talking about that lease at all. We're talking about what might happen in the future. To be clear, I'm not trying to end run this guy. If he pays the rent and he's a good tenant, then great, fantastic. We don't have much to discuss. But you ran this place, you operated it. And I assume you
Yeah, I
operated
did.
it with the same equipment. So you know that if he sells it, right? You know what I know. If he sells it,
Yeah.
what's the price? 300,000, 100,000, 50,000? I don't know. I'm not talking about your tenant. I don't know who your tenant is. I haven't researched your tenant. I deal with landlords, and that should make sense to you. If he does sell it,
Well,
your
yeah.
tenant is now who? Somebody who spent $100,000 on an already failed business. Because if the place was making money, he wouldn't want to sell it. He'd want to keep it. You know that.
Well, the reason is that I don't want to give him the lease anymore. He asked me the lease,
I'm sorry.
so
He
I
asked
don't
you.
like. He asked me the lease, more lease.
He wanted to extend the
Which
lease.
one? Yeah, extend the lease. So which one I refuse him?
To extend the lease, and you refuse that.
Yeah, I refuse to him. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's information that I appreciate. So maybe that leads me to a question: how much time it remains? How much term does he have left?
I still have a 5 year.
5 years. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's, you and I both know that that's a blink of an eye. 5 years is going to come
Yeah.
and
Then
go.
I can then I can talk. Then I can give somebody else, whoever wants.
Sure, of course. And you have to understand, look, we're so used, this is what I'm dealing with more and more. When we call up and we have a talk, everybody thinks it has to happen right now. It has to be expedient, overnight. I'm in no hurry. I'm not in a rush. I didn't build
Okay.
my
So
empire of stores by being in a rush or a hurry. Now, I don't want to have to wait 5 years, but in the next 5
okay.
years,
Okay.
God knows how many stores I'll end up opening. And I'll
Yeah.
still be
Okay.
interested.
So if something come up earlier, I'll give you a call. You can leave the
Exactly.
message.
All I need
Okay.
is a friend in you and a friend indeed, because at some point, look, if this guy tries to sell this to some poor bastard that doesn't know what they're doing, you don't want that either, because now you've got a tenant that's behind the eight ball, used equipment. This isn't a terrible laundry. It's not terrible. It's not perfect, but very few things are. So be cautious. I'm not here
Yeah.
to
Well,
tell you your business. I mean, you ran the place. You know what it was worth. Did you sell it to this tenant?
yeah. No, I'm not interested to selling or I'm not doing anything especially for this tenant. So if somebody else, third party, yeah, maybe I can do that.
Yeah.
Not for me, unless if it's my own on the way I want. If he want to work out with me, is a different story. If he's not, it's not.
Sure. No, when he comes to you hat in hand saying, "Hey man, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm finished." Because what will happen, again, I've seen it.
Okay,
Someone
can you
will
give me a favor?
Sure. Let me email you.
I'm kind of in. No, I'm in the meeting somewhere. So you give me a call some other time. I'll talk to you more
Well,
about it.
what's your email? I got it the first time through. You own a wireless store as well?
Yeah, I do. I does have I have used to be 6 store.
Nice. Yeah, you look, you know your shit. I appreciate making your acquaintance. We'll probably do something before 5 years runs out. I'll text
Yeah,
you
all
and
right.
I'll email you.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay then. Thank you.
Why does somebody have to go and tell me he's in a meeting? I mean, come on.
I don't. Yeah.
Come on.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Come on.
Yeah.
I have
So Bernard said,
I suddenly decide I'm in meeting.
oh,
I am now in meeting suddenly. It's very important meeting. I can talk to you for only 4 or 5 minutes. So we play the man, not the cards. And in this case, this guy doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. At the end of the day, he's got a tenant here, and frankly, not a horrific laundry, but
correct.
Imagine everything that's going on here, Marta. The laundromat is for sale. Do you know what the sale price is?
Yeah, I put it down here in the document. It's laughable. Asking $475,000. If you go down to the next page, it's on here. Asking $475,000. Cash flow $85,000. Gross revenue $400,000. The rent is $21 per month. 2,000 square feet.
But there is fact and fiction, right? In just about anything.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's I literally saw a rabbit playing cards yesterday. What the fuck? We got to figure out what that's supposed to mean.
Right.
Hold on a second. So I might have seen a rabbit, and there may have been cards nearby, and maybe I was intoxicated, but we need to break down what's real. This is a real laundromat. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm looking at what looks like a distributor-built store because of the sign. The sign sort of shows me, right, that it looks, it has a franchise look to it. Now, what I noticed...
Yeah, they have like 5 other stores. Yeah, you're right about that.
There you go. So 5 other stores. This landlord says that he ran it, operated it. I'll bet he built it. I'll bet he was the one that made it happen. So I like what he did inside, frankly. He's got the plastic walls. He's got, that's going to last forever. But you have to be able to see past the 35-year-old tile and the machines that are dated from 2014. So maybe even prior. So I think the 2014 moniker is the broker saying that it was built in 2014 because those machines are older. This place isn't horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The machines are definitely older.
Oh, yeah, they are because in the for sale, spiel that he's got here, it says that there are 25 washers, average age 12 years, 38 dryers, average 15 years.
Yeah. But look, you're reading that as a complete, you are not a novice. And if you're reading that as a complete novice, you're one of these people on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere else. And you've got money burning a hole in your pocket. And you've watched a couple of short videos on TikTok of someone who used to be a dentist and now they're a laundromat operator telling you how great this business is. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. And the Kool-Aid is that is the card playing rabbit. It's not a real thing. The laughable asking price of $475,000. Now, they strangely, oddly go into cash flow.
Yeah.
85,000. Gross revenue, 400,000. So they're telling us that they're bringing in 400 grand a year in this place. Or is that revenue forever? That very well could be gross revenue since they bought it.
Forever.
And they're saying that the cash flow is 85,000. Well, that's about 25. It's less than 25%. When I see that figure, I say, well, that's just a rabbit in the forest. That's not fake or phony. That's about appropriate. That might scare some people, right? Rent, that's a finite number, how much they are paying in rent. But there's something else. What's the square footage? I'd rather see that it's $11 a square foot. I don't want to see from a sales flyer that it's $7,000 a month. Okay, well, if it's 10,000 square feet, that's really good. If it's 1,000 square feet, it's really bad. Established, bullshit, that doesn't mean anything. Real estate, leased, meaning you get none. $475,000. It's so easy to separate the wheat from the chaff here, right? Building is we are. It's 2,000 square feet, and the lease expires in 2034. There's a lie.
Which he said, which he said
There's
to
a lie.
you, there was 5 years left, and he did not want to renew
So
it.
they just said, now, I'm not going to call this fraud or anything more serious than that, because the seller could tell the broker, I got 5-10 years left, and the broker just writes whatever. Because this business broker will sell you a pizzeria, a national chain, a nail salon, a laundromat, a coconut shaving station. You know, that's how business brokers work. And none of this means anything until you're in the hot seat. Let's give him $475,000. And, you know, you heard the landlord, he's like, I can give you his number. You can call him. Bro, I'm not a moron. And then as soon as he realizes, okay, you're not a moron. You don't want to buy it. Okay, I'm in meeting. I can appreciate a landlord that wants to be friends. I should say be friendly with his tenant. He should look out for his tenant first and foremost. But he's not. He's just saying, well, businesses get bought, businesses get sold. Then I step in and I deal with the lease. Not correct. Not correct. So with what we are seeing, oh boy, here we go. Inventory. Why did they write inventory in this sales brochure?
Yeah, I don't know, because they're idiots. They think it matters. They think it adds value.
Because inventory is something that every business has. Inventory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Inventory. You're a Starbucks. What's your inventory? What's your inventory in a Starbucks? Coffee?
Coffee, exactly.
Right? Do you have $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of, you got Juan Valdez in the back room? No. You've got really no, cake pops are going to be expired tomorrow. There's no inventory in a Starbucks, yet that business is valued at tens of millions, if not billions, right? And every location has a value because more goodwill than anything. This laundromat, they put how much? 10,000 inventory included in asking price. What are they talking about? What's that inventory? Soap? Because it's not the equipment.
Yeah. Maybe it's the folding tables.
No, that's not what inventory means. Inventory is something something that you use, right? If I'm if I'm selling a skateboard shop, my inventory is every skateboard under the roof that's going to go with it, right? Easy to figure out. I'm over here thinking about perishables because I'm talking about Starbucks, but you have I don't know, you're selling a guitar shop, a music place, I don't know, oh, I got that Les Paul over there. You know, I don't play instruments, but I know some things. We're going to value it all. We're going to write, you know, a gun store, right? Easy. Oh my God, we've got all these items and all the ammunition. So easy stuff. Facilities. Again, why did they put facilities? Because it's boilerplate, Marta. It's something that's written in every single one of these. Inventory and facilities. God forbid they leave the inventory out and say, well, we don't really have any inventory. There's a box of soap. 25 washers from 20 to 85 pounds, average 12 years. This is what you were telling me about. Average fee. I just skim this stuff because it all needs to be replaced.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just put it there for you to see for, you know, just how ridiculous it is.
It is ridiculous because the one thing that's good for them is they actually said cash flow versus asking price. Well, this place is making $400,000 a year.
Yeah, no.
Now, a laundromat of this size could do that, but not with this equipment.
No.
Not with this equipment.
No.
What is your question? It's always the same. Well, what do I do now, Danny? Well, I'm going to send him an email. I'm going to CC you and go back in there and write down what he said in bullet points. You know, I like the guy. He had 6 wireless stores. He had at least 1 laundry. He probably built all those laundries. And what he said at the end was, and this is important, call me later, right? He said, call me later so we can discuss further. So I'm going to send this email, and in a month, I want you to note this so we can call him back. And that's later.
Okay.
And, you know, we'll try to be a little earlier or later in the day, not the same time when he, you know, the guy's had his lunch. He's ready to go for a nap. He's this and that. You know, if we change that kind of thing up, it's just an intelligent way to get him in a better frame of mind, right? Not necessarily a better mood. I appreciate anybody that's willing to talk to me and listen to this. But here's the thing. We've also planted a seed in his mind. Don't let anybody buy this place at any cost. Because then you're stuck with an idiot. And he knows that. But he might not care.
Yeah,
let him sell it. Everybody's the guilt that he feels for having sold it to him, right? Do you really want the next person to sell it now, or do you want to swoop in and have a good operator that you collect the rent? He's a landlord. He has to stick up for that first. All right. I'm scrolling.
It depends on his morals.
I'm already off it. I've forgotten all about it. Okay. Oh, good Lord. This is our friend with the marketplace. Yes. You might guess that we're on the YouTube machine. So what are we calling her, cell or her office?
We're going to call her cell.
We are. I like it.
Just kind of remind her, look, we've been trying to reach you for a year.
Well, I won't, because if I get her on the phone, I don't want to press a nerve. I just want,
no need to.
Yeah, you know, I'm just going to say, hey, here's what we would like to do. I'm not going to, I know that's the thing about people letting anger get involved in their business, right? Hey, lady, where have you been? She'll hang up on me instead of having the conversation we want to have. It's her business why she hasn't called us back. Here we go. Stand by. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss this kind of. Did you vote? Only you can prevent forest fires.
Hello, this is you. As I can. Thank you.
Yep. Angelo, call me back. My wireless number is the best number, young lady, and that is. We are looking to lease some space. You are my only hope. Give me a call. Thank you. Marta, the very instant I hear back, I will send you a text and we will call her back together. I'm returning those types of calls all day, every day. Find me some more stores. Remind me in a month. The other guy, I'm going to go send him the email right now. You want
All
to
right,
stay
Danny,
on here?
thanks.
I'm going to talk to some of these
Sure,
louts.
sure.
Nobody's saying anything. Hector, how come every time, Hector, that you go on one of my YouTubes, you say Hector was here? You're here right now, Hector. This is live. You weren't here. You are here. I assume you're still here. So it's not Hector was here. You're here. Help me out, Marta. These are the jokes.
Come on, let's go, people. Wake up.
Yeah. Hector says, man, light on the comments today. Well, Hector, that's because people are so riveted with what I do. They sit here and they stare at their screen until I crack the whip and say, hey, here's my question. Are you dressing? How
We must
old
have
are you?
questions.
Did you dress for Halloween? And if not, how dare you? Why not? Let's hear it, Marta. Did you dress up for Halloween?
I did not. I did not go anywhere.
You
I
just,
stayed home in my pajamas, had a glass of wine, and watched horror movies.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, fun. I know.
That's allowed. You didn't even put a mask on when the kids came to the door. Did you have any kids?
No, I got home late. There were kids, but I got home late, so I didn't even bother like trying. I know.
No. You locked the door like a crazy old woman and you didn't turn the lights on and
I
give the
did.
kids any candy. You could have given them wine.
Well, giving them wine.
I'm
No,
sure that
no, no.
wouldn't
My
have got
wine's too expensive.
that wouldn't have got you in any trouble at all. Here, kid, have a swig.
No, not at all.
Have a swig, you little shit. Oh boy. Good afternoons, Vanessa from Dallas, Georgia. All right, I want to know what you guys did. Halloween, it was a Friday. Hector's 33, no costume for me, but I took the 3 kiddos around the neighborhood. Good for you. That's what you got to do. Tell you what, I used to go literally crazy for Halloween. So I built in my last house, on the side of the house and all the way around the backyard, I built a maze and a haunt, and I put stuff in it, automated scary stuff, and my friends and I would man it for Halloween. Then when I moved here, I mean, I really went nuts. I was spending $7-8 grand a year adding to it. I like to build animatronics and props and all this. And now it's a big thing to make a home haunt, but I went nuts. And I have to say, that's why my 22-year-old is like a Halloween crazed person. She's so into it. She has like a July Halloween party. Kooky. It's better than,
That's
and
awesome.
at least she's not like an adult Disney person. I'll say that. But it's my fault for sure.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's just water. So at
Okay, what a good boy.
it's going to be a long day and a long night because we got the election going on. Brought the 3 kids around. So anyway, what happened with that? I mean, I had a YouTube channel for it and everything else, and I had tons of fun. But when my daughter and I started competing internationally, that became a lot more important, and that all kind of fell by the wayside. I still have everything in storage. Another tidbit about me: I might eventually buy a house near me here with a few acres, but I need the house to be sort of like dilapidated, right? And imagine putting a haunt in there. The neighbor's going to hate my guts, but only once a year. We used to have about 300 people come through. And this is what started me thinking about this. This year, we did stay home. We went to my daughter's party afterwards, but not one single kid. The neighborhood just changes.
Mm,
Everybody gets older.
Yep.
You know, my daughter's, the youngest is 16, and not one kid. Shelly put a chair out
Wow.
front with a bunch of candy bars in it, and they weren't touched after we left. It's sad, but things change.
Yeah. They do change.
Oh, we got some real laundry questions here. Hector says, no costume for me. Micah says, don't celebrate. I don't know if you mean don't celebrate because you're giving me advice about how scary Halloween is because it killed your whole family, or if you're saying that you don't celebrate. I believe in full sentences, so that doesn't happen. Psalms Thompson, where Waldo might be my lifer costume. Where's Waldo? Got it. Okay. Do you look like Waldo?
Oh,
Do you got the glasses? Let us know. Hector's back to the laundry questions. Do your 7-year retool period change for open air stores? Hector, you don't have a store yet. So stop counting your chickens, number one. And everything is in flux. All right. When I tell a landlord we're going to spend $500,000 on a retool, that ain't a fact. It's a statement that will get that landlord understanding that we are going to put new equipment in. And the 7 years, two things. Marta knows this. Your depreciation on your taxes will run out after 7 years, and your typical warranty will run out. So I'm not going to retool equipment in an open air scenario any different than I would anywhere else. It doesn't change. Todd Shaner tells us he's 58. He was on a plane from Montana to Pennsylvania Friday night. Have dressed up in years past, medieval knight, Fred Flintstone. Oh my God. Now, Todd, I know what you look like. Fred Flintstone. Yabba dabba doo. My mother used to call my dad Fred. My dad was a lot heavier than me, and he looked, even when he shaved, to get the blue beard. Locke is this guy's name. How big is too big for a newbie? Well, Jesus, Locke, that's a personal question. I'm scouting a 1,500 square foot laundromat with 72 washers and dryers. Dude, bigger store, bigger profit. Okay. And Locke, if we have not talked, do that. That goes for all he is. I'm kind of amazed when I have someone jump onto a live on YouTube and he says he's a newbie. So, Locke, have you seen the silly course? That's number one. It sounds like you might have. And you're concerned about how big is too big. I'm never concerned about too big. I'm never concerned about too much money, too much profits, too big a house, too big a car. Doesn't concern me. Too small, different story, as they say. What's your take on towns with smaller laundromats? Are they profitable? Look at this. If you live, and this is usually why we hear this question, if you live in a small town, and then he writes, yup, I don't remember the question, so please write, yes, Danny, I've seen your course. I loved it. It was amazing. I don't know what I would have done without it. It changed my life. Something like that.
did you like the shower scene?
Did you enjoy the shower scene? What's your take on towns with smaller laundromats? Are they profitable? You got a small town. You probably live in it, if I'm right, and you want to know if that laundromat there is profitable. Who cares? Who cares? If it is profiting, then that place is not on your radar. If you walk in and scout it, knowing what you're looking at, if it's a nice laundromat, who cares? For our processes, we want dirty, filthy, nasty, disgusting laundromats. Now, if the only store in town, not city, not state, but a small town, is disgusting, you might not want to take it over because you might not want to take over the problems. So drive to the nearest town, the nearest city, the nearest large constabulation with tons of people so that you can actually profit. That store is not your problem. You follow me? If it has too many issues, don't deal with it. Don't think that just because you live there that you need to deal with that small town. Again, sounds like at least 2 people on this call. If you've seen the course, that's the precursor. I laugh when I get on the phone with people and I'm consulting with them. They can't believe it. You get my phone number, there's no time limit. Small fee. It's because that's who I am. I don't personally want to underpromise and underdeliver. I'd rather say, look, Marta knows this. Here's my phone number. Let me know what you need anytime.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Get the number.
Hector wants a shout out for his wife, Chirby. First of all, you might be pulling my leg. If I say hello, Chirby, does that sound like I'm saying something different? Is he pulling my leg? Is he yanking my chain? I'm trying to figure that out.
He might be.
Chirby. What kind of name is Chirby, Hector? Fucking Hector. Mr. Yup says, we got to go back. What's your take on towns with smaller? So am I right? You live in a small town. I started the course a while back and never finished it yet. Well, okay. What button am I going to press, Marta?
Don't be an idiot.
Try not to be an idiot. Why
That's
would
the
you?
one.
Why would you start? So, a comment like that is so funny to me because normally people are like, "Oh my god, I love it." I don't have moderators. I don't have anybody that's in here like waiting for someone to say something silly because that's pretty silly. If you didn't see the last video in my course, go back because now the stream we just added to it last week. I enjoyed the shower scene. He says, all right, he got that far. It could be a woman. I don't know. I don't know the name. Flip Tom. All right, it looks like a Tom. Good God. Okay. Abraham, after we call as a client, when realtors say their landlord operator is now trying to sell the entire strip mall at a high price, have they psychologically given up or digging in even more? Holy shit. Let me try to say that again. After you and I call, the realtor says, oh, the landlord operator, so they operate the laundry and they own the whole strip mall in this scenario, is now trying to sell the whole strip mall at a high price. Have they psychologically given up or digging in even more? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what they are thinking until we talk. So what I would say is, depending on the strip mall, if they have 3 suites and one's a nail salon, one's a laundromat, and one's a barber shop, and the landlord owns all 3 businesses, it's a very different scenario than 35 suites, national chains, a Walmart, a check cashing store, and the only business the landlord operates is the laundromat, right? There's 2 separate takes on that, and therefore 2 separate attacks from our side. And those attacks and takes should be obvious. If it's the latter and the guy has this massive $7 million strip mall with all these national tenants, I would say, dude, why are you even doing this? Lease the laundromat to me, and your next potential buyer won't see that eyesore that's in there, that old laundromat with that nasty equipment. They'll see national chains, nail salons, and a beautiful laundromat with new equipment. I can do that for you, and you'll get closer to your asking. Does that make sense? Ooh, all right. Hector, you got us all wondering if your wife's real name is Chirby. He says, no, man, that's my wife for real. Unique name. Tell us what it means. How'd she get that name? Is that a nickname? I'm not falling for it quite yet. And who cares? I'm going to give it a shout out to somebody. There's that word again. Kill shot. Every time we say Chirby, there's that word again. It's so stupid that I have buttons for my own voice. All right. Chirby, there's that word again. All right. Locke came back to remind me again. Not sure if this was covered in the course or LLCC, whatever that means. Oh, the call club. What are your thoughts on laundromats and strip malls with majority vacancy? For example, 6 suites, 2 are occupied. Bro, it's not my thoughts. If you're asking me if I think they're worth operating, 100%, yes. If you're asking me what my take is with the landlord, what you do when you negotiate is you give them what they need every time. Okay? What do I mean? Hey, landlord, you've got a bunch of empty-ass ghost town spaces here, and your laundromat operator, who's on a month-to-month lease, is dragging you down like an anchor. Allow us to lease the space. Give me a good 6 months. I'll have the parking lot full. The biggest problem you'll have is nobody's got any space to park. Now someone comes in and says, oh, I want a lease here. Maybe. Oh, hell yeah, this place is thriving. Or the landlord wants to sell it. Investors aren't looking for nail salons and buildings. They're not looking for laundromats and buildings, pizza shops and buildings. Investors are looking for buildings. And if the investor is looking for a commercial building, they want that building what? Full.
Yeah.
Easy stuff. Give them what they want and be truthful about what you're giving them. Paint a picture. Now Hector's threatening me. You'll know for sure once she gets on board with the consultation. Okay, I believe you. Is she sitting there with you? Is she the one typing this? Hello, Chirby. There's that word again. There, I fell for it. No, Hector, finish the course, smash the button. Let's get on a call. Thanks for parsing that for us of a question. You're welcome, counselor. Her mom says it's from Steel Magnolia. Oh, well, there we go. I know, Marta, that you're a huge Steel Magnolia fan.
I am.
Oh, God, well, you should know about Chirby. There's that word again.
It's been that long. I can't remember her name.
Oh, that is from
Was that Julia
Chernobyl.
Roberts' character?
It's from Chernobyl. Because she's hideously, remember that character in the movie that was hideously, her whole face fell off? I'm making all this up.
Yeah, you are.
All right, I'm not getting any further. Chirby from Steel Magnolias. I would never watch a movie that is called Steel Magnolias. Sorry, not sorry.
It's a chick flick.
Julia
I
Roberts.
bet you your wife watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Google Nader says it was Julia Roberts. Is it Sherb? Dude, is it Sherby or Shelby?
A Shelby. That's what it is. It's Shelby.
Bro. We're uncovering a lot of funny shit here, and one of those things might just be that this gal, dude, is her name Chirby or Shelby? Chirby. There's that word. There's that word. There's that word. Oh, that's my wife for a real unique name. That is not unique. It's supposed to be Shelby, dude. It's like when a baby names a cat Kitty. Locked, not sure if this is covered in the course. Strip malls. You'll know for sure once you get into the conversation. You're parsing. Her mom says it's from Steel Magnolias. No threat, man. Just delayed. Oh, well, it's the Haitian accent that made it what it is. Okay. All right. Hold on. Julia Roberts' character in a film called Steel Magnolias, her name was Shelby Eatonton. And now you're telling me that your mother-in-law named your wife Chirby because she is trying to say Shelby. Wow. That is the greatest moment of the day, and the day is still young. I don't know what else to say. We're going to give some marching orders because when people see this, whether you're on here now or you see this video and you, quote, make it to the end, I want you to tell me the funniest nickname. If you've given someone a nickname and it's stuck forever, I'll go in there and write in the comments. Not here in the top chat, not now. As soon as I burn this down and I end this live video, go into the comments. If you're watching this 6 months from now or 6 minutes from now, go in the comments, tell me your funny nickname story. You too, Marta. I'm going to send that email. Thanks for the time, kid.
Okay.
Drink some wine. Ciao.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Danny. Talk soon.
Become a client. Go make a comment. Consult with me. It's never ending.